Shalom. Call Layim La, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the elder apostles, the elders of Great Millstone. That's GMS. Peace and blessing to the Akim and a few Akwath across the four winds. This is your brother Batamaya from Great Millstone, Houston, coming to you with a quick lesson. I saw this on Instagram, so I took a screenshot from Quick Take. Japan is set to pour wastewater from Fukushima into the Pacific Ocean. And then I just read this top little portion here. Japan is said to win approval to pour more than 1 million cubic meters of treated water from the Fukushima nuclear disaster site into the Pacific Ocean. That's equivalent in volume to about 500 Olympic-sized swimming pools. Now, this struck my attention because why the hell would you want to pour chemicals, wastewater into the ocean where everyone has to drink of it? There's other ways to get rid of, contaminated water. There's correct ways to do it. But living here in this wicked ass society, this kingdom, under Esau Edom, which is the self-proclaimed right man, and when we say that, we're talking about the elites of this society, the ones that write the laws and etc. Not you that have to go to, what's called them six-pack Joe. You have to go to work every day and clock in and clock out. No, we're not talking about you. You're pretty much a peasant. But yeah, Esau Edom, he's the one who first and foremost, with these chemicals, dropping bombs and, and bombing these other nations, even when they waving the flag. But hey, this place has got to go, man. It needs new management. And let me get to the precept. Salakia. Revelation 11 and 18. And the nations were angry, and thy wrath is come, and the time of the dead, that they should be judged, and that thou shouldest give reward unto the servants, the prophets, and to the saints, and to them that fear thy name, small and great, and shouldest destroy them which destroy the earth. So, the earth is given into the hands of the wicked. I'll pull that precept also, but as the latter part, which is, the first precept that really came to mind was, and shouldest destroy them which destroy the earth. This is part of destroying the earth, because you're pouring chemical, wastewater into water that everyone has to drink. So what else has to drink in it? The animals that swim in it, they need that for oxygen. So when you're pouring chemicals in there, you're actually taking you're taking oxygen away from them, because a lot of the chemical compounds, it cancels out certain, you go deep into chemistry, it cancels out certain things here and there. You might not have no more oxygen in certain chemical, compounds. But, you pour that into the water. Now, who has to eat that? We have to eat that. We do, poo it out, and then, animals filter that through the water, like the oysters and things, and then what happens? Now they're chemically filled also. It's just a cycle of, I'd say BS, because you got to be a fucking idiot to pour wastewater into the water that everyone needs. That water goes back into the air. It rains. Now it's on people. And speaking of that, people have been getting sick every time it rains. Every time there's a storm, people are being sick. The chemicals they're spraying from the chemtrails over the clouds, and then, you can have acid rain. But it's just a continuous cycle. But let me grab that precept too. Job 9 and 24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covered the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? Yeah, it's definitely Esau Edom, but that's who the wicked is. But these other heathen nations, they don't follow the law, statutes, and commandments. So therefore, that makes them wicked too. They're just as wicked as Esau Edom. Even though the 2/3 of our people, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, you surpass the wicked, because Jake, which is short for Jacob, goes back to Israel. We go above and beyond. Not saying the 1/3 of hopefully elect going above and beyond, but in wickedness, but we trying to go above and beyond to do things the right way, which is pretty much not pouring no wastewater into the Pacific Ocean or any water at that. But, just follow the devil, which all these nations are pretty much doing. And actually, let me grab that. Sirach chapter 10, I'm just going to read 1 through 4. A wise judge will instruct his people, and the government of a prudent man is well ordered. So a wise judge is going to instruct his people to do the right thing. You're going to have, a righteous order, being prudent, being diligent. Sirach 10 and 2. As the judge of the people is himself, so are his officers, and what manner of man the ruler of the city is, such are all they that dwell therein. So like I was saying, Japanese, Ammonites, Moabites was the Chinese. So, you have these Asians, they're over there in that region, pouring wastewater into the oceans. Like they just think the ocean stopped. The ocean is very vast. Like, the earth is compiled of mainly water, but so are the people. So we need that water so we can breathe, so we can, drink and survive also. And they fallen in the footsteps of Esau Edom. So Esau Edom will do some stuff like that, to where he's pouring wastewater into these oceans. That's why they test fire a lot of these missiles and things also. So that's even more chemicals and waste that's going into the ocean. Sirach 10 and 3. An unwise king destroyeth his people, but through the prudence of them which are in authority the city shall be inhabited. So an unwise king destroyed his people. There's plenty of ways to destroy the people, but one main way is to pour wastewater. To pour wastewater into oceans. Like, that's gonna circulate. It's, they have these forever chemicals. Chemicals that are in your body pretty much forever. And then here's the point, Sirach 10 and 4. The power of the earth is in the hand of the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, and in due time he will set over it one that is profitable. And Lord willing, we are of that hopeful, 144,000, that vast multitude of Israelites, so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, and those that look like the other nations. If these words from the Holy Scriptures resonate with you, Lord willing, you'll be called up into the chariot, which is the UFO, to get beamed up, to be changed, because this earth needs a change. It needs new management, as our elders always go into. The earth needs new management. They're constantly destroying the air. They're constantly destroying the land. And as you see here, they're destroying the water by doing what? Pouring wastewater. Like, chemical filled wastewater. Like, you can't even wrap your head around it. Like, why what would be the point of doing that? Another precept, Isaiah 24 and 5. The earth also is defiled under the inhabitants thereof, because they have transgressed the laws, changed the ordinance, broken the everlasting covenant. Now the earth is defiled in many ways, spiritually, morally, physically, emotionally, financially, all across the board, since the earth was given into the hands of the wicked. But let me read that in Isaiah 24 and 5 in NLT. Isaiah 24 and 5. The earth suffers from the sins of his people, for they have twisted God's instructions, violated his laws, and broken his everlasting covenant. These heathens, especially Esau Edom, they don't keep the land Sabbaths. You probably don't even have a record of when the last time they actually, kept a land Sabbath. They don't follow any law, statutes, and commandments. Especially when it comes down to you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. But the earth is suffering because of sin. Sin brings death. That's why people are just, dying. You're not supposed to, make cuttings into the flesh. And what do people do? They have a sleeves up movement, to where they're, inserting that big pokey into them, and then people are just dropping like flies, you know. They're dropping like flies at a family reunion in the summertime. But yeah, the earth needs new management ASAP. You know, we're calling upon the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. You know, we hope Yahweh can send Yahweh Shai fast, because if he doesn't, you know, there will be no flesh to be slave, because this devil Esau Edom, you know, he's the leader of the pack. Now he got these Ammonites who you know, who think, Ammon and Moab, who think that they're, you know, Caucasians. They're doing the same thing. They're just mimicking exactly what Esau Edom does. So you are to blame. So I hate when people be like, well, why y'all always gotta blame the white man? Well, he's the head of the fucking problem. He's the cancer of the earth. In order to get rid of cancer, you got to get rid of that cancer. But you know, Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. Call Halayim La, Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the elder apostles, the elders of Great Millstone as GMS. Peace and blessing to the Akim and a few Akwath across the four winds. Shalom and a Baba Ball.